Good morning, my name is Francesco and this is the scones recipe. I've gone ahead and done the mise en place for everything. I've also gone ahead, sifted, and then whisked all of our dry ingredients, and then I did go ahead and add the egg to the heavy cream, whisk that up to combine it. So we have that mixture already ready, and then I went ahead and chopped the dried cranberries like what was presented in the video. And then we have our 4 tablespoons of butter, and then our shortening that I will go ahead and add to our dry mix. I've just been using a fork because I do not have one of those cutters. I do appreciate like the analogy of like the crumbs almost in the video. However, when it comes to like what we should be looking for, because last time I did this with the biscuits, I think something similar was said. However, like I didn't necessarily understand it. It was just a case where if you rearrange the words, you get it better the second time. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cut all this in. It is still cold butter because we're using the biscuit method. I know we don't want to do too much, just enough for that butter to get incorporated in that crumb-like fashion like it was stated, as well as the shortening, of course. Okay, that has been fully incorporated. And then next I'll be taking the cream combination and adding it to our dry ingredients. I know we're not really supposed to whisk it together, so instead I'll be getting a spatula so we can go ahead and mix it better. And then we just combine it until it's just combined. I'll make sure everything has at least a little bit of moisture. Scraping those bottoms for the dry. Now we've gone ahead and jumped forward. From the last part, I've gone ahead and added the cranberries, so that way they're incorporated. I got some flour for our rolled out surface. I got a rolling pin in which we went ahead and floured, and I combined it a little bit better. So we're going to go ahead and take our little dough ball, and we're going to go ahead and roll it out. I've also done the template kind of like the video, so that way we can put it like that. First and foremost, however, we do gotta actually roll it out. And I will be cutting it to shape in just a second. Our dough is kind of fragile, as well as the actual flour itself is helping. And we can go ahead and form it a little bit. And we still gotta roll it so that way it's even. However, this does need more flour. Okay. Okay, now it's pretty much all even, which was my main concern. And I'll get my bench scraper and we can start cutting these into triangles. Okay, so here's the bench scraper. Now we can just go ahead and start cutting them all. I'm going to be leaving them on the table because I want to take another piece of parchment and place it on our cookie sheet. I'm pretty happy with the consistency that came out based off of like what I saw in the video. They seem pretty similar, which is very nice. I was a little bit more worried about the scones because they do look more delicate, at least at the beginning. But it seems like everything has been turning out pretty well. And there are also a ton of them. Okay, and then that will be the last one. Okay, so now I've cut them out. I'm going to go ahead and put parchment on our cooking sheet, throw them in the oven. I'm going to check them in 12 minutes, even though it says 15 minutes till brown, just in case. Okay. Okay, so this is our final product after baking. You can see it went ahead and rose a little bit, but not a ton. I'm not quite sure why that would be. I sifted all the flour, I added the proper amounts of the baking powder. The only thing I could think is I looked it up because I was really curious, and they said that prior to baking you should put them closer together, and that'll cause the corners to rise. But outside of that, I'm not necessarily sure why it didn't rise more, but overall it does still have a really nice texture, a really nice color, and I think it will be delicious. But please let me know if you have any ideas to why this might have not risen as much as it could have.